What's up, Jeepicus? What's up, Blake? Blake, this DLC is hard, man. It's so hard. Oh, did it get an update? It was 10.10 before, wasn't it? This game was updated. What'd they change? Did they make this boss easier, maybe? It's so hard. I mean, like, I fought this boss for like an hour or two. I mean, probably like 2 hours last stream, and like, I only got it to half health a couple times. I'm gonna die a few times here, not remembering how to do it all, but oh. I can't imagine this guy on like even New Game Plus. Way too early. I just do so little damage. Yeah, this guy, I mean, like, I don't know. Just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should focus on his hand. It's hard to focus on his hand, though. All the previous bosses have been hard. That attack sucks so bad. You one-shot this guy? Holy crap. That's insane. With the slashing, what do you think that makes that much of a difference? Here, I'll try it. And this is obviously a non-upgraded weapon, but... I gotta hit him once. I gotta hit him once. I'm doing... It's doing more barely, but it's also not leveled up, so... Eh. Yeah, and like I do the opposite, which is I level up one weapon and then I save all my materials and level up nothing else. And then get frustrated, but then I was like, you know, I wanna win with what I came with, you know? God, that one is so rough. That one's second worst. God. No damage. I watched a few minutes of someone else playing it. Just out of curiosity if they were doing similar to damage to me. And they were basically fighting it the same way, where they had some kind of big sword thing that they were just charge slashing him. But I mean, he was pretty much just tanking it, just standing there slashing him in the face. Now I don't know what difficulty he's playing on. It's possible he wasn't playing on the hardest difficulty. I hate that one. Yeah, if you one-shot this guy and you don't You don't know the struggle, man. Can I do my weapon here too? No, see, I'd have to go all the way. I can alter the weapon here. I mean, alter weapon's not the same as leveling it up, is it? I'm just curious what difference it makes. Yeah, fire. Because I can't use any abrasives with this because it's yes, this is just a symbol. Because it's already electric, you know? This is blunt, sword, large blunt. Heh. Sword, sword, sword. Great sword. Sword, sword, dagger. Sword, great sword. Let's see. So if I want to see, what's my damage? So this 170. So this one actually does more damage. So does this one. He was using this one, I remember. But this one's also blunt. Let's try this one. With no level up. It's gonna be slow. Oh, I whiffed. Oh, dude, it's so slow. That's my fast attack. I would say that didn't do very much. I was so slow. Yeah, I could try this with the grindstone. I had it on the grindstones too. I don't know, none of this seems to make much of a difference. I mean, granted this thing could be leveled up to 10x. Ah, what the hell? I'll try it. I'll level it up a little bit. And I don't remember, like, there's ways to, like, oh yeah, there's, like, consumables, right? Like, I haven't even thought about it because my weapon has had this the whole time. Ah, what the heck, I'll do it. I don't even know what those do. So if I... So I should have, like, yeah, these here, so I can put fire on it. Just willy-nilly. All right, let's see. I mean, 10% more damage would go a long way. lot more damage. This has been a bad start. Well, it was a little better. But I don't know that second phase at all, so that's like my third time getting to it. Well, the fire went a long way. Oh. Hit heal and it didn't heal. was fast. I wasted every single one of the shotguns. One shot this guy. Incredible. Great. Heal. At least now I'm getting to the second phase so I can learn it a little better. That's toxic. Used up all my stamina. It's like, I don't know what you call it, the rally health is so high. You're barely been doing damage to it. Oh, so that's a hand thing. Still only at half health. How do you one-shot the guy when he's doing stuff like that, Blake? I don't know how to dodge that one. Well, on the P organ, I could have given myself more special grindstone uses too. I only had some quartz. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Just whiff, 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 whiff. Like 1 out of 10 times he does that extra tail slam and I'm just never ready for it. There's no warning. There's nothing. Give us an audio cue, devs. Come on. Is it too much to ask for? I saw it. I saw it that time. That one I'm not ready for. That one's so slow. God, I'm getting to the second phase and I'm doing like 5% damage. It's just the difference, like the difference between the first phase and the second phase. The second phase, he's not stopping. He's just attack. Yeah, well, I'm just trying to save them because it's like, until I'm really ready to use them. I don't know how many I have. I probably have 1 million, but... Great start. How does he still have so much health? Woo! Get him, boy! Boom! Great, great, great. No, I blocked that. I blocked that. Shoot. I would have blocked that. I would have got a heal. I would have used a fire abrasive. I would have won. Absolutely scammed. How have I not broken his hand yet? Then he killed me. knew that was gonna. That one's so slow. I have yet to parry it. I should probably just run away from it. Guess we got Labor Day this weekend. Anybody doing anything? I'm gonna try to play video games with McFly. That's my goal. We'll see if it happens. Oh yeah, back in your old digs, the old haunt. $25 in a row, dang. We used to do those things, like we have a Thunder over the level here. It's been pretty broken since COVID, though. He's just gonna eat. I'll probably still stream the same, I assume Toxic. Maybe not, I don't know. I mean, it would just be the Sunday difference. I may stream more, I mean, if Fly will play games with me. I can't tell what's going on. failed attempt from the start. Oh, I mean, usually just the evening. I mean, we both have kids to deal with during the day. He did talk about taking off a day of work to play, but we'll see about that. That one, I should just dodge that one. What am I doing? He might be. He talks about. He's been playing Nintendo games actually. He's been playing like all the Switch 2 games. He just doesn't have a working PC at home and doesn't seem to care to get one fixed. So he can only stream PlayStation games. Thumbs just want to throw the control. You mean those AI songs? No, I've only ever done that this couple times on stream. do those miss? Doesn't make any sense. Go, what's going on? Make it stop. Good. Just heal, be safe. Let's do this. Light him up. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. He didn't even catch on fire. What's up, JJ?
We did it.
Yeah, switching weapons definitely helped a lot for sure. I almost screwed it up because I switched to the... I had it switched away from my heal thing. And then I tried to use it, and it was on the wrong thing, and I just was like picking at my pocket. That was almost pretty bad. That was a tough one. Whoa. Thanks for all this stuff.
We still have time. Leia must be headed to the Rose estate. If we can save Leia and Romeo, I think this is our shot at changing things.
The odds of us actually changing anything are slim because we're going to have to go back and beat the rest of the game, but there's nothing back at the hotel. Really? Oh man. The heck? Oh shoot, there was something there. What if it was quartz? Whoa. Die. Shoot. Embarrassing. Embarrassing after beating that huge boss. That to a dog. And our little robot. Timu R2D2. Okay, I did it on purpose because I wanted to get this item right here. Quartz. Jesus. Right? Don't underestimate this guy. I'm like level 100. Kills me in 3 hits. I never really noticed before, but like I just lost like 15,000 ergo there. I noticed that it was like getting less sometimes, but I didn't know why. But apparently it just, every time you get hit, it drops. So even at the very end there, right before I died, there was only 2,000 left. I never noticed that before. All this better be something good in that chest. That's all I know. All I know is it better be good. Where'd this guy come from? God, he's got so much health. Look at him run. All right. Was it all worth it? It's better be quartz. Get disc. What's the point? I'm dead. Oh, God. I just died to everything. Everything's so tough. Like in the base game, outside of bosses, I feel like I died like 3 times. I mean, it was my second playthrough, but... Dude, you're supposed to... Who's this guy back here? Look, he came around the corner after all that time and he threw a rock at me. What a scammer. This is all a mess. How far will this guy go? rock throwers back. I'm gonna kill this freaking guy. I'm gonna kill him. He's such a pain. He doesn't know that that rock thrower guy is like coming around the corner. Messing with me. Just why do I bother? Why is it so hard? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Great. Not worth it. What's up, pal?
Indeed. But hey, what do I know?
What do we got? Capsules. Very expensive. Changes weight to very heavy when equipped. Why would you want that? I mean, I'll buy it. It's cheap. That's an insane amulet. Look cold already. Going into a pirate ship. Crank. Making me dizzy. Everything's crooked. What is that? Ah, I hit the shark. Oh, look at that thing. Oh, that's gross. Shoot. Ay caramba. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do not like. I saw the ladder. I saw it. go a few feet up, you go a few feet back down, you go a few feet back up, you go a few feet back down. What was gonna be? Dude's tough. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to go the other way. Northern Lights. If I light this, can't go back without killing everything again. I suppose that's okay.
Any enemy of the alchemist. None of the keys I have fit this. Perhaps one of the alchemists. They often conceal cipher keys in their clothes. Any enemy of the alchemist.
Okay, so he couldn't even use it. Thanks for nothing.
Well met.
Sold them all. Okay, so what was the last thing I got? Was the... Seems like you can't even get anything out of there. Huh? Increases attribute damage inflicted on enemies affected by the same attribute status. There's another one here too? What the heck? Dual paths. Fighting each other. The Prince's Crown. This led me into a loop. I mean, maybe I need that crown for something, but... I mean, pretty cool, really. But not as cool as that. Alright, so that just sends me back around the loop. So Bisclaveret. Something might happen here. Something's gonna burst through this door. I mean, come on. You've seen it 1,000 times. When you've played a game, you've played a game.
How in the world are you still alive? You really are one of the luckiest fellows I've ever met. All that effort to stop. It's no great mystery, lad. For myself. Wait, you expected no speeches. Just and then, whoever lives, dies, or you think your story means anything? Veronique was a nuisance too. The legendary stalker and the leader of... It is indeed unfortunate that that so-called legend, Leia Florence, evaded my scheme.
No way.
Rips up.
I'm so glad you mentioned this. Of course, I
Class
do
of
want
97
only
represent.
peace. You see, I abhor
It's been
violence.
97 months.
We are not savages. I am grateful the alchemist dealt with Veronique. I find now it's your turn. And what could...
Fight this umbrella guy.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. Human beings can only keep secrets when they're buried with them. Everything else is out. Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions.
That's cheating. Only I'm allowed to do that.
Your fate will be the same as those traitors I sent to the bottom of the sea.
Out.
Now that you've seen this place, I'll ensure your suffering ends for good.
Can you let me hit him?
Your
Come on.
legendary challenges, or she too will die.
This guy's not so bad. He's not so bad.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. Be of good cheer. Now that you've seen this place, I'll ensure your suffering ends for good.
Elixir himself, we just know it.
An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions.
Out.
Wasted effort. Why didn't you just die gracefully in the ruins?
Oh! I don't know what happened there. I built up with something, but I didn't see what it was. I mean, I would consider that a second phase, because he healed as a phase, but it was the same attacks afterwards. It wasn't a big deal.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. The games end here. On to more legendary challenges, or she too will die.
I mean, the second half seemed easier because his attacks were a lot slower.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
Well, that's...
Behold,
Oh, I see why I
an
did that.
elixir of great power.
Not fair, but I see why I
Crafted
did
by the
that.
most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions. On to more legendary challenges.
Just need to learn those
or she
attacks.
too
Boom,
will die.
boom, boom, boom. They're very telegraphed. I feel like I could learn those and just parry every single one of them, and that would be sick.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions. What is happening?
It's decay. Okay, I should look if I have anything that's decay blocking. Also, he's a human, so... At least he is at first. Okay, so which one of these has anything to do with decay? None? None of those. Unless it's maybe that's the acid damage. It's the only one that makes sense to me.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. It's time to die. Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions. You know far too much. It's time to die. Wait. What is happening?
The decay is bad. I did notice in the first phase also that I could backstab him. Should look out for that.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. To more legendary challenges.
Four.
She too will die. Truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. Legendary challenges, or she too will die.
Just gotta get good.
Truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. It's time for you to die.
Mr. Leo.
An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions.
They've all been really hard. All been really hard. This dude especially, because he does this decay, like the decay ruins my weapon, and when it maxes out, it just like does damage over time. So as soon as it hits it, if I'm not healed, I'm dead. I haven't been fighting this guy very long. That was probably like my 10th attempt or something. I mean, the first this one seems not so bad compared to the other bosses, but we'll see.
And in more ways than one. But the games end here.
Say that, but I'm healing constantly.
On to more legendary challenges. For she
I need to
too
just get,
will die.
like, just master the first part of that. Like, his attacks are easy enough to read that I should be able to, like, just take no damage when I get good enough. Until the second phase. Second phase is going to be tough.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions. Now, on to more legendary challenges, for she too will die.
There's probably other ways to do it, but I just really want to just parry everything he does every time, and that's all I want to do.
truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. You know far too much. It's time to die. An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions.
Oh, I'm out of it. No, four.
Legendary challenges, for she too will die.
I'm blocking so much, it's doing a lot of damage to my weapon, too.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. Legendary challenges, or she too will die. Truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
Dude, what the heck? Such a waste.
Power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions. You know far too much. It's time for you to die. You know far too much. It's time for you to die. On to more legendary challenges, or she too will die.
Tough game, tough game.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. An elixir of power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions. What is happening?
This is just no way. I need to get to that phase with like all my health to really understand what's going on there.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here. On to more legendary challenges, for she too will die.
When he does the smoke attack, it's not clear what I should do, because sometimes he'll throw the bomb, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he follows it up with the dash. If I dodge the bombs, I can't react in time for the dash. So should I just know what he's doing? Maybe I should run at him instead of away from him?
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
I can't help it, I'm always going to dash backwards when he does that.
You know far too much. It's time for you to die. Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contribution.
Can't stop myself.
You know far too much. It's time for you to die. Wait. What is happening?
Okay, I definitely had a strat there that was working out pretty well. Keep your distance, block the big ones. It was working. And that was like with no health. If I have more health, it will be even easier.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
With all the blocking, I'm just constantly out of
Crafted by the
stamina.
most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions. Wait. What is happening?
Screwed it up. I am interested in Mr. Leo only because McFly said it was amazing. I'm hoping he'll just let me borrow it or something, but otherwise I'll have to wait. I'll rent it or buy it used or something. I don't know. What's going on, Apollo?
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
Ran out of stamina, man.
an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions.
It's like I only want to play it once. It just sucks. Like I don't want to pay $70 to play it once. Dang it.
Now, on to more legendary challenges, or she too will die.
I haven't done a rental service in a long time, but probably just buy it used at some point.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
I was ready for it. Still didn't get it.
You know far too much. It's time to die.
Come on. I don't know what to do.
Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions.
Out of stamina. Out of stamina. God. This is with the amulet that that fills my stamina faster. I'm just constantly out of it.
What is happening?
Yeah, it's gonna have all the arcade games in it too, right? So that's actually even cooler than just having the console. Get an arcade stick for it.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
I mean, Mortal Kombat 2, when I saw that at the arcade, I was like, I was fascinated. And there was like 10 people gathered around at all times, taking turns to play.
What? More legendary challenges, or she too will die.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really cared enough to have opinions, but yeah, I would definitely go to the mall and hang out around the Mortal Kombat 2 machine and watch people play and talk to them. This one dude was like really good at it, and he knew some. I was like, "Where'd you get all the moves?" He's like, "I found them on Prodigy." I was like, "Oh, cool." So I went to my grandfather's house that had Prodigy, and I searched for hours, never found them.
An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions.
And what's the point of stunning him? He's not stunned for long enough to even hit him once. Fuck that. Hey, Michael. Yeah, Prodigy, the dial-up internet. Yeah, my grandfather had Prodigy for a long time, and then he had CompuServe. I think I had CompuServe at one point. Like when I was in high school, I would just, like, I didn't have internet, so I would just cycle through every free trial. I had so many, like, you never heard of it.
Truly are a nuisance.
Internet providers.
But the games end here.
One of them was called, like, RGG. It makes me want to think it's RGG. But it's what introduced me to IRC chat. They had like a built-in chat, but it was built on IRC.
An elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions.
No! Yeah, I used MIRC. I never paid for it. It's kind of crazy because like I feel like I tried to use like IRC, like once MIRC became like more locked down, like it was like I couldn't find like a good IRC. It was like the only program in town, which doesn't make any sense.
But the games end here.
It's way too popular of a protocol for it to be one guy's software that everybody uses. But. Remember he had his face on there? He wanted $15. I can't. In my corner, I can't.
For she too will die.
I used it for both, Mr. Leo. For both. You'd hang out and chat about the stuff that you're pirating. It's great for music. Before Napster, it's like that's how we got all our music.
Truly are a nuisance.
Like all there's a couple of punk rock
But the games end here.
rooms.
An elixir of crafted
Dang
by
it.
the most brilliant alchemists as reward for my contributions.
I can barely attack him because I just have no stamina all the time. Like even right now, I couldn't even do another attack.
You may thought too much. It's time to die.
Oh shoot. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Oh, gee. Oh, okay. I just was standing right next to it. I was so stupid, man. Yeah, I would get so much music. I mean, back then it was like, you know, your only option was to buy the CD, so it's like if you wanted to find new music, you just downloaded so much stuff just to learn about new things.
And in more ways than one. But the games end here.
Which service were you connected to, though? I mean, the punk rock one was on FNet.
legendary challenges, or she too will die.
I feel like we bought an 8-track. I mean, I definitely ripped all of my CDs. I mean, you kind of had to because it didn't. You couldn't get the MP3s otherwise. And then, yeah, I mean, in Napster, you host all your stuff, right? So yeah, I hosted all my stuff.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
If you remember, like on Napster, if you found someone who had music that you liked, you could browse their stuff.
Crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contribution.
One day I found like somebody who had like this collection of stuff, and like they had my favorite band. It wasn't like a big well-known band, and he had like all these like demo MP3s and like unreleased stuff, like stuff I had everything, and it was stuff I'd never seen or heard before, like demos of their albums and stuff. I don't know where he got it or who he was, and I was like so excited. I was late for class. I was like, I gotta download all this stuff. I can't. If he goes offline, I won't be able to get it.
You know far too much. It's time for you to die.
Dang it.
On to more legendary challenges, or she too will die.
Yeah, there was so much crap labeled as Weird Al. He's talked about that too, like he complained about that. How everybody thought it was his stuff.
You truly are a nuisance, and in more ways than one. But the games end here.
What?
Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contributions.
Dang it.
You know far too much. It's time to die. Wait. What is happening?
Okay. Just push it to this wall. Man, I had that one really good attempt where I kind of was understanding what to do with them. Which, I mean, you probably could just like walk to the side of them and not have to block all the time and be much better off.
But the games end here. You know far too much. It's time to die. Behold, an elixir of great power, crafted by the most brilliant alchemist as reward for my contribution.
Out of stamina. I parried almost literally everything he did, and I ran out of stamina somehow.
You know far too much. It's time to die.
GeoGuessr World Championships are this weekend. Damn it. What am I doing?
Now, on to more legendary challenges, or she too will die.
Oh man, like they're better every year. I mean, just like the more time that they have, the smarter they get, because they're just the more, like, it is expanding, so there's more you have to learn, you know, because the coverage is always changing and stuff, but there's also, you know, like, there's just so many things you can learn, and they're just getting better and better and better and better. Like, if there's any written information, forget it.
But the games end here.
They're gonna get where they're at. Like, they know every, like, there's this Hungarian kid, and he knows every county in the United States. Every county. All the area codes, every Kalimantan of Indonesia, Philippines.
Behold,
That guy, Rainbow, he got to go on a. They just did Costa Rica coverage for the first time, and he got to go with them and record some of the coverage with them. He was pretty stoked. No, I just wasted a heal.
What is happening?
I'm out of stamina! Oh, so bad. I mean, there's a bunch of those guys. That's this weekend, GeoGuessr World Cup. You can watch it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It both shows like how insanely large the world is and how small it is at the same time. Mostly how large it is. It's like you could look at a new city that's like a huge city with 1 million people in it that you'll never have heard of and will never go to and will never hear of in your entire life. And yet there's all these people there. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to stop here. I mean, I'm not going to beat this guy tonight. I kind of got a strategy, but we'll see. So, GeoGuessr World Cup. Video games with McFly, all that kind of stuff. But I hope everybody has a good Labor Day weekend, and not only that, but like when you look at it, Mr. That's just what they were doing that moment, that second, you know? It's just a picture of time. Oh, calming music.